Now, with beauty, I mean, the old saying that comes into my mind is beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Sometimes when we look into ourselves or see a reflection of ourselves, we're not beholding beauty within ourselves. We're holding probably a lot of negative self-talk. One of the things that come to mind, I think because I was just seeing it on this Instagram today, was like things where it's like plastic surgery, lip enhancements, all this sort of thing. It's almost like we're trying to say, if only I had this image, I would be accepted and loved and be seen as beautiful. I will be beholded as beautiful by someone else's eyes, sort of thing, rather than beholding our own beauty within ourselves, being happy with what we see physically in the reflection. All a mirror really does, like right now, this the camera is reflecting I guess a mirror image of what I'm doing. I can see what I'm doing, see what I'm up to. But that's all it does. It is not actually, the mirror isn't actually like, it's not something that is projecting these thoughts into my mind. I don't look into a mirror and the mirror goes, haha, you are all these things, sort of thing. It's when we look into the mirror and behold this beauty, but what we see looking back might be something drastically different. It's like, say if someone was standing next to me and looking at the reflection of myself, and I might be looking at myself going, oh, it's like more ugly and it's like terrible, and it's like, stop agreeing. But it's like terrible. It's like, oh, not that I have an issue with hair, but like, say if I did, like, oh, I need more hair or whatever. But this is all my internal monologue. Someone else might be looking at it, standing next to me, just going, you look fine, there's no issues, there's what's going on here, sort of thing. But it's almost like only ourselves can see the ugliness within ourselves. I go back to plastic surgery. Like sometimes a person will keep pursuing that form, that image, almost an avatar of beauty, to the point where, you know, I mean, we've all seen the plastic surgery things where it just keeps going. And I'm not blaming that person. I mean, everything is a result of something. And also, I mean, why is it being allowed? That's the other thing. So why is the surgeries being performed, sort of thing? So it's almost like we are not addressing the core issue here of why we're drastically changing who we are as a false sense of self, trying to chase another false sense of self. And what I mean by that is, we're not truly loving and accepting of ourselves, so we're not happy with ourselves, so therefore we'll go to extremes to get another version of ourselves, almost in drastically physically changing ourselves. Now, I talked about the physical. Of course, there's the what is truly below the surface of a physical adaptation of oneself, is the feeling of not being enough, that emotional feeling of I don't deserve, or I'm not enough, or I'm not good enough, or I feel shame within myself. I feel blame, definitely blame within myself. I feel a lot of anger as well within myself. And all these things naturally manifest into, like, you don't tend to yourself, like it's more of a form of punishment to or a form of torture, self-torture in a way, of constantly blaming yourself. And with anything like that, how does any natural good feeling come out of that sort of thing? It doesn't. It's kind of like continually burning a piece of wood. It just gets more and more charred. It gets more and more deformed, sort of thing. And then it manifests physically, sort of thing. Same with like skin conditions and all that, like rosacea and all that sort of thing. That suppression of all that stress within ourselves will actually erupt physically. It doesn't go anywhere else. It almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy of you may have been quite beautiful to start off with, but we've transformed ourselves into, or our natural health has declined to the point where it's like we're not feeling as beautiful, or even physically what we didn't have before, a few spots on our body or something like that, are now starting to emerge, sort of thing. And then comes into all the creams of trying to apply and everything like that, and hiding, masking these conditions that are keep just erupting. It's like oh, I've got the skin condition, I put all this cream on it, the doctor said it's like if I leave it on for like more than 7 days, I'll have all this weird stuff and all that. Okay, well, I've taken care of that problem. Oh, another one's come up. It's almost like you're catching fire, sort of thing. You keep on trying to put yourself out, sort of thing. And in a way, you kind of are. It's the inflammation, it's the stress, it's the cortisol within yourself that is causing constriction within your body. So it's almost like you're inflamed by all this stress of having to perform to, once again, this ideal sense of self, this perfect image of self. And once again, I think I said in another intuitive tap and tat, the thing with beauty is you will see something beautiful. They haven't gone up and said, this is the mark of beauty. We don't have to worry about beauty anymore. It's like, this person has achieved it, sort of thing. It's like everyone else just looks at that, sort of thing. It's like, there'll always be something more beautiful. It's just how life is. There's going to be a flower and another flower that smells even better. So it's almost like the energy that we're putting into performing. It's kind of like a rose trying to be a hibiscus flower, sort of thing. It just be happy being a rose, be happy being a hibiscus, because people appreciate a rose, people appreciate a hibiscus, sort of thing. Being naturally happy within ourselves, with our own inner beauty, it once again, the right people are attracted to that, sort of thing. You don't have to be something that you're not. And we can't actually cultivate love within ourselves if we're basically fertilizing the ground with hate, or fertilizing the ground with crap. That said, if we start to address some of that, those issues within ourselves, it takes like a lot of crap and manure to grow a beautiful rose, sort of thing. You need that fertilizer and it's like, and also the other aspect is like, we might be getting told that we're ugly, that we're not enough, sort of thing. And even that might have been in the past, that might no longer be happening, but we're still rehearsing those lines in our head. We're still saying that we heard back in school, or back with the parents, or whoever, or family or friends, that, hey, you don't have this, you're not looking precisely, or this model of person is not who you are. And it's because it's two completely different people. It's very hard to morph yourself into someone else. And it's like, we're still rehearsing those lines of, hey, I'm not enough. And it's like, I like, if only once again, I don't have an issue with hair, but if only I had more hair, sort of thing. It's like, it's like, I'll only get accepted if I get, if I have more hair, or this certain style, sort of thing. It's almost like I am less of a person for not having this physical attribute. Newsflash, as we get older, some of what we have now won't be forever sort of thing. Nothing is a forever thing. What we do have mainly is the well-rehearsed lines within our head that are beating ourselves into a very not nice state. I mean, you don't sort of create a lot of things out of beauty by basically self-hurting yourself or just hurting something. It's like nothing naturally arises out of that sort of thing, just more hurt. And punishment in the self, or in the form of blame or shame, or that we tend to hold on to more the negative elements of ourselves than the positive elements, is what, when we look in the mirror, we're not beholding the beauty, we're beholding this almost monstrous version of ourselves that is either being conditioned into ourselves, or we feel that over the rainbow there's that next pot of gold of beauty sort of thing, if only I chased it sort of thing, rather than just being present with our own thoughts and feelings, addressing that and cultivating it into natural beauty. And if you would like to address some of these what we perceive as ugliness or feeling less within ourselves, then myself, EFT practitioners, I'm also a sonograph instructor, where we can help reduce and hopefully by reducing anything that blocks you or makes you look in the mirror and see ugliness, by reducing some of this negative self-talk within ourselves, this narrative within ourselves, we can reduce that and it'll stay naturally reduced. You don't have to look in the mirror anymore and not be happy with what you see.